In this video, I'm going to show you how I went from getting distracted 4 hours a day to 43 minutes a day. And I get it. You've tried all the hacks, installed app blockers, hid your phone, but somehow you still stay up until 2 a.m. to doom scroll every time. But don't worry, because you don't actually need those apps or blockers. All you need is a way to redirect that energy into something more important. Let's dive in. You are distracted, not because you don't care about your life, but because you don't have absolute clarity on where you want to go with your life and how to get there. So as a child, your parents tell you to do well in school, play a sport, play an instrument, and maybe go to college and get a degree. As you get older, the objectives become making a lot of money, getting married, buying a house. The problem with these objectives is that they are not yours. They are given to you by your parents, school, or society. When you spend your whole life chasing goals that are not yours, you're going to be bored and distracted and unhappy. You will feel lost because you don't know how to pursue goals that are actually yours. So when I was younger, sometimes I would just randomly want to go outside and it'd be fun. But then, my parents would tell me to go outside and it would feel forced and I would be bored and I wouldn't want to do it. And I enjoyed it less, even though it's the exact same behavior. And that's because the goal of going outside was chosen for me instead of me choosing to go outside myself. And I say all this because diagnosing why you're getting distracted is the first step to treating it. But understanding why you're getting distracted isn't enough, because even if you're self-aware, you haven't changed your behavior at all. You're just back where you started. So here's the solution. Find clarity on the life you want and how to get there. Now you might be thinking, how does that help me stop wasting time? But when you figure out the goals you want to achieve and how to achieve them, you'll feel excited to wake up in the morning. You'll be energized. You won't feel bored and scrolling your phone because the joy of working on your own goals will far outweigh any temporary pleasure you get from scrolling. So how do we do this? Write down one long-term goal that you want to achieve, either in 5 years or 10 years. Make it detailed enough to give you a clear vision of what you're working toward. This might sound stupid for some of you, but you have to actually make sure that you're setting your goal. If your parents and friends want you to become a lawyer, but you want to start a business, then try starting a business. Because if you keep following a goal that you don't choose, you're just going to stay stuck forever. So let's turn that long-term goal into something you can start doing right now. Let's break our 5-year goal into yearly milestones. Now break that down into monthly, weekly, and finally daily goals, where you choose 1 to 3 tasks to complete today that move you toward your goals. So now you have a real tangible way to focus on building something important. Now every time you feel like getting distracted, just replace it with working on your goals. But I want to be clear with you. At the start, you're not going to feel super motivated to work on your own goals because it's uncomfortable and scary. I procrastinated for an hour before recording my first YouTube video. But then I did record it, and the more I filmed and edited it, the more I enjoyed it. People think you need to love doing something and then you do more of it, but it actually works the other way around. You do something, and the more you do it, the more you love doing it. So if you've done this right, you should now have a much better and more enjoyable way to spend time instead of scrolling on your phone and wasting time. And I want to be honest with you, you're still going to get distracted occasionally, but you won't have to rely on it as an escape because you have something better to chase. So we figured out why you're distracted. You're just bored from working on goals that you didn't choose. And we figured out how to break this cycle. Work on goals you actually care about that energize you. But even if you do this, it's really hard to resist the urge to get distracted while you're working. So if you want to learn how to actually lock in while you're working, you should watch this video next.